Well, that wasn't smooth. It's supposed to be smooth. This was the plan right here. So that right there was the plan. But, you know, it's live. Got a little Arnold Palmer here. Mostly homemade. Homemade tea. And powdered lemonade. Because that's what the store had. How is everybody doing? Oh. Well, looks like I lined that up just crooked. Thought I had it perfect. All right. Well, what are you going to do? Got the code out there. Let me switch to the other view. Oh, is that going to bug me? I think it is. Oh, no, there's not really a lot I can do because I have to. Hello! I have to take the the microphone off, go adjust the tripod. It really is tough without a crew, but I can make it work. All right, I'm gonna double check and see if anybody wants to join us. Fernando says tomorrow at 3-ish. All right. All right. Well, I see Nick on there, so I'm going to send him out a blast too. So interesting. All right. Well, I guess we'll start the show. Until I get word that somebody wants to join us. And talk about some of the things that you see up here. Yeah. I'm going to start with the most mundane and work my way up. So, this is a tool for cutting wire in the perfect way to put a cutting wire cable. This is a cable with wire inside. This is RG75, maybe 59, but I think 75, that I make my STI B and C cables from. You put the flat end that's been cut, with clippers into this. In fact, I'm going to switch to this angle. So you place it in that hole, and there's two razors in there. One is a shallow cut, one is a deep cut. So, you see, you just spin it around a couple times and you'll feel it when it's all the way through. Release it. This is the first cut, which goes all the way to the core. And then this is the second cut, which is just the shield. I don't know why I did that. I never do that. That's probably why I did it. My little cup that I use is not available. All right, let's see if I can get all these. There's little wires that are everywhere. All right, check. So, I don't know if you can see it in the wide shot. Yeah, here is my spool. Much cheaper than buying pre-made cables. Buy a 500 foot or 1,000 foot spool and make our own 2-length. I just made some cables the other day, and I'm actually missing the ends. I'm out of the ends. Here's the empty bag. I've got some more over there, but again, I decided to not go wireless, mainly because I'm by myself. So I can't. I mean, I've set up everything. I've set up all 3 cameras. 1, 2, 3. I set up the streaming computer. Set up the lights. It just really would be difficult to monitor wireless batteries as well, wireless signals, because I'm not wearing headphones, so I'm not listening. I'm just seeing and relying on the viewers to tell me, hey, it's hard to hear you. Like happened 2 days ago. I had turned the microphone off to prevent feedback and went live, and for the first half hour we were no audio. So this is a crimping tool. If I had the SDI, the BNC end, you slip it onto the wire, put it into the crimping tool, and oh, I thought it was on there. Yeah, and then it crimps, squeezes it on. What I like to do actually before I test them, before I crimp them permanently, is I'll put them on my tester. Make sure that the connection is there before I make it permanent with the crimper. And this is nothing special. This Copal, I think I got it either Amazon or B&H, but it's just got, you know, everything that I need, including RJ45, tip ring sleeve, 1/4 inch, 3.5 millimeter, or also called 1/8 inch XLR, 5-pin. Commonly, there are some uses for a 5-pin XLR in the audio world, but most commonly that's DMX. Sometimes it's used for power as well, but most of the time it's a DMX signal in the 5-pin full-size XLR. Now there are TA5s for lavs and things, and you can send out a stereo signal from a 5-pin XLR. And then you got Speakon here. On the top we've got RCA, Mini DIN, and BNC, and it gives you a real good indication. Even on the RJ45, you've got indication that you have is number 1 plugged into number 1, is number 2 connected to number 2, all the way down your 8 wires. Great little tester, runs off batteries. The other nice thing is separates, and that's really handy for when the wire's already run, when you've got a distance that you've already done, it's already taped down, but you're having trouble with the cable. Well, separate these two, go to one end, go to the other, test it. It's not working. Okay, we need to find another solution. Or it is working. Well, wait a minute, the cable works. That means it's a problem with the device. This is another fun little unit here. This is one of our Sony Cinealta Primes that was graciously sold to us by Adam Smith. You may have seen him online as Adam Steady. Very talented operator, Steadicam, who had these when he was still using his f/35, and this was the primary lens that he used. Now he kept his, I think it's Cooke 19 to 100 f2. That was the, or 1.9, I believe, maybe. It was the Kubrick lens, if you will. But this is a PL mount 85. We have a set. We have the 50, the 35, and the 85. And in fact, this angle right here is the 35. Mounted on our Ursa Mini. And then this is the 24 to 70 Canon EF L lens mounted on the Ursa Mini Pro. And then we have the 17 millimeter Tokina Prime mounted on the original Blackmagic Production 4K. All right, let's check in, see if anybody's had any questions. Nope. All right. And double check here before I keep going with my list of awesomeness. All right. Moving on. This is a fun little unit here. We don't own too many of these because we made a decision when we formed the company that we would only buy 4K capable stuff, and everything you're seeing around here has so far has been 4K capable. The cameras we use. This awesome unit made by Decimator Design, something we bought for a client of ours. They already have one. They wanted a backup. It's a great little unit that its primary function is taking an input signal, whether that be HDMI or SDI, converting that signal in frame rate and resolution to whatever you need to output it to, and then outputting it either to HDMI or SDI. Really a handy Swiss Army knife tool in the video world. There are a couple other units that do similar work, but the Decimator is just really rock solid and works. And one of the nice things about it is it's got a little screen on the front. I think it's a 3-line screen. It gives you really good information on what's going on inside the unit. But you can plug it in with USB right to your computer and pull up on your computer exactly the settings you need. Much easier than fiddling with a little tiny screen or dip switches, you know, which some of the other units out there have. Next up in our extravaganza is a combination of several things. This is a Blackmagic Blackmagic Pocket 4K cinema camera with an iNights cage and a Metabones XL 6.4x speed booster that converts the micro four thirds mount of the camera to an active EF mount so that you can mount EF lenses. This has been a nice little addition to our family. We have several Ursas that we're using, here today. We have the Ursa Mini Pro. We have many of the original Ursa 4K that can be either PL or B4 mount. Great image, great camera. What this camera offers, though, is just ease of use and quick in and out setup time. I mean, it can be rigged up. You can put a monitor on it. You can put all kinds of fancy stuff on it. But for the most part, what I like to do personally is just plug in a external battery and run it all day. Put a nice lens on there. You got a great little camera. My business partner, Dave, he likes to put on an external monitor, a little extra stuff. But, it's really basically whatever the user wants can be done with this nice little package here. We did get the Viltrox adapter at first. It's a great little adapter. One of the problems I have with it, the Viltrox specifically, and I've tested a couple of the other, more generic low-end brands. It's a great if the only camera used in the production is your 4K. But if you're using other cameras, especially native without adapters, there's a noticeable difference between the two. So we also got the 6K camera. And that's a native EF. So we put the EF lens on that. Then we had the Viltrox with EF lenses on this, and there was a softness difference. There was a contrast difference between the two. So the Metabones really kind of picks up the slack there. Yes, it's more expensive, but they've really done their homework, and this is a great little unit specifically for this 4K camera. Now this is a little bit of fun that I have to go get a battery to show you how much fun this is. My last little thing here to show you. Now my partner Dave and I had I had put the other part away, but you'll get an idea. Whoa. You'll get an idea of how it works. We've been bidding on a project that was going to put us outdoors in all weather situations, rain or shine. And at some points, we needed to send the video signal up to 2 miles. Well, how do you accomplish that? Obviously, there's people out there doing it. They do it in the Tour de France. They do it in major sporting events. But those major sporting events had something that we didn't. A very large budget. So, I put together this unit based off the NewTek Connect Spark, which is a great little unit that converts the SDI signal of your camera into a NDI signal, which is NewTek's signal broadcast quality conversion that can be interpreted by a variety of devices, but you can send the signal over a network. Now, this is a great little unit. One problem with it, though, it's not water resistant. Now, I actually generally have a smaller battery. I built this originally with the big battery in mind, and then I did a test run, and found that this unit will run for about 4 days on the very large battery. And it takes up a lot of room. So, sorry viewers, ended up switching to the 98 kilowatt hour. I think it's kilowatt hour. The 98 unit that's much easier to take on planes, and I tested that. It ran for 2 days, 2 whole days, like with a video signal, nonstop, 24 hours a day for 2 days. So figured, you know what, that's going to work for us. So I've got these little paddle antennas here. Oh, I'll switch to the overhead. Your standard Wi-Fi paddles here. I also got some SMA extenders. So I got these 10-foot extenders that I can extend these 10 feet away from the unit. Over here's where the fun happens, though. We've got full IP68 or IP67. I don't even remember what the ratings are. They're all rated very high. Ethernet here. So if you want to use Ethernet instead of Wi-Fi, you can plug in the Ethernet cable there. And when that's not in use, you can seal it up. This is SDI input and output. And the favorite fun thing that I put in here, an IP69 or 67 rated power switch that turns that nice red when it's on. I think the next thing I'm going to add is a I'm gonna add a voltage meter, and the voltage meter will, so there's a nominal shutdown voltage of the unit, and once I know that, I'll be able to look at the voltage meter and give, without opening the kit, the waterproof kit, and pulling out the battery and checking the battery, I'll be able to tell what the power drain on the battery has been thus far. So that's a fun little unit. We haven't named it yet. Turn the battery off. Oh. But maybe in the comment section you guys can give us a name. Well, looks like we've been on for about 25 minutes so far. Nobody has chimed in, wanted to join in. Nope. All right. Well, let me see. All right, guys. Well, hope everything's going okay with you. I'm going to be doing these several times a day, at least once, hopefully twice. I have a very neat little system for adding viewers. If you would like to join in and talk to us, let us know how things are going, please join us on our social distancing chats. Other than that, hope everybody's had a great day and a great week, and guess we'll see you sometime soon. All right.